What I learned from investing in cryptocurrency. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian Heiser here and welcome to another episode of Heiser Says. Grab your stein of coffee because I thought I'd share a bit of a story with you today, just discussing my cryptocurrency in lessons that I've learned. Now, I do talk about crypto news occasionally on the channel, but I'm not a crypto channel. I'm not pumping it. I follow the sector. I'm interested in it, but I don't think it's going to be the savior of all of humanity. I'm concerned that crypto is going to it's going to evolve into central bank digital currencies, which will potentially link to social credit scores and vaccine passports, and it's seriously going to limit our individual freedom and liberty. And there'll be people cheering for it. Fantastic. But I thought, on a Saturday afternoon, I'd talk about some of the lessons I learned from crypto. Now, a few years ago, 2017, when crypto was starting to get into the news, that's kind of when we were scaling back our business. A big project disappeared, so we lost about a year's worth of work that was apparently locked in. So I had to make some drastic changes. And part of that was just scaling back the whole business. This is the first time I had a chance to actually step back and just take stock of our situation. That's when I realized how much money we were, burning on all these little things, and I started to take control of it. But it's also when I started getting interested in cryptocurrency. And I thought, could this be a potential way to make some money? Now, I'd heard about it years before, and I wish I had mined it back when I first started in university or earlier days, but I hadn't. So I thought, okay, let's have a look at this. I jumped on the YouTube. I saw some people talking about it, some lessons. And I thought, okay, I can mine this stuff. Because as an architect, I have a lot of graphics cards, high-end graphics cards that we use for our rendering. So, I just bought an RTX 3060, and it can render an animation to sell a design in a couple of hours. So it's worth it that I spend decent money on a good graphics card. And with the irony being, I game on crappy the older computers that I've had from years ago. Anyway, but still. So I had all these computers sitting there, and I started mining with it. I was mining Groestel Coin on every graphics card I had on all these machines. I was CPU mining Virium. And I was even using some of these servers where I was mining this stuff. And at one point, this is as Bitcoin was heading up. It was rocketing to the moon, approaching to $20,000. And, I just was generating all of this crypto. So what would I do with it? I thought, okay, I need to look at some other stuff. So I was discovering there was all the ICO craze. So there's a few things I did that were quite useful for me in the lessons I learned as an investor. Now, I was trying to do the FX stuff, buying, selling money, that type of stuff. And it was, all over the place. So I discovered some ICOs, initial coin offerings. And I took some of the cryptocurrency that I had invested, that I'd mined, and I'd invested in an ICO. And it, hit the market because we had the one advantage we had as Australians as opposed to the Americans. We could buy these things. The Americans couldn't. They couldn't legally buy them unless they were like some specialist high investor with significant amounts of money. So the average retail punter couldn't jump in. So we could buy these things. Then once the US market piled on because of all the media hype, it shot up. So I 10x'd the investment I did in this first little cryptocurrency investment. And then I took that money and I put some of it, I invested it in two different things. One of them was another project. And this was a project where I think it was called Envion, where what they would do is they'd have shipping containers full of all of these graphics cards, and they'd ship them down, truck them to different locations to mine cryptocurrency and then pay you a return for it. I thought, okay, that's good. I mean, I was familiar with crypto mining. I could see how it could make money. And if you could mass build these things and ship them around to where power is cheap, makes a lot of sense. So I put some money into that, or cryptocurrency into that. And I also put some other cryptocurrency into another project. And this is one where I'd heard some rumors because I'd be joining all these little Telegram groups that were talking about, there's a press release coming, or there'd be pre-announcements. So these coins would do pre-announcements that they're going to have an announcement in some time. just to get the hype going and the speculation. This is before I realized that a lot of these operators, they'll juice up the market, get the hype going so they can sell at the pump. Okay? So what happened? Well, to my first investment, the Envion investment, that completely fell apart. It ended up, they apparently issued tokens before it was issued. And this is, I'd gone through it. Found the people. They were all legitimate people. It wasn't a scam. I'd found them on LinkedIn. I'd spoken to them. So what happened is there was a whole falling out. One group apparently issued new tokens, so now it's in liquidation. So it's completely fallen apart. I lost all the money I put in there. We're not talking significant amounts of money, but it was a valuable lesson. A valuable lesson there. And they weren't offering some of the crazy returns some other businesses are offering now. These with the AI trading bot scams. I saw those too. Those were all around, the BitConnect and that type of stuff. And when something's too good to be true, it's too good to be true. And my other one, I think it was Einsteinium. That was it. That's the one I invested in too. Now it pumped up, and I'd like 4x my money. I thought, fantastic. I'm a genius. What do you think happened, everyone? When the deadline for their news release came and went, there was no release. And it was later. And then, boom, it just tanked. It crashed. And this big release that was meant to come out to revolutionize their token ended up just being that you could mine the thing. It was a big nothing burger. And, I lost some money there too. Still, decent amount. Nothing to scoff at, but not what some of these other people were losing. People were like taking their entire house and chucking it all into Envion or into these stupid little coins based on Telegram stuff. I couldn't believe it. I was playing around with what little crypto I could mine, and maybe chuck a bit of money here and there before the banks stopped people from using their credit card to buy crypto. And there was another project I invested in. These are the three ones. There was lots of stuff that you'd jump on board. I remember, what was it, when Neo was trying to get on, or all these other coins. You'd get on before, just as it would market a pre-allocation after all the big names got in there, the behind the scenes, and then the plebs got in early, and then it just went free market. And so many of these tokens just dropped to nothing. And then there was, Scott Adams did his cryptocurrency. I can't even remember it anymore. And it had a project, a pitch, and a sale, and that still hasn't gone anywhere either. The idea was you could use this app to communicate with each other and pay each other in this cryptocurrency token so you could get around all of the transaction costs and fees. And again, another investment went nowhere. So why did I think it'd be worth sharing this story? Well, because of the lessons I learned. Going through this, one of the advantages of the crypto space is that it's so high speed, it's so volatile, and you can learn lessons, you can learn victories, you can learn defeats, you can 10x something, 100x something, and it can crash and burn. So that's one of the allures and the excitement for that space. I found as much as I like the idea of fantasizing about being a day trader and buying and selling every day, that doesn't really seem to be suited to my personality. I will watch the stocks way too close. It'll be too stressful for me, and I won't really be as productive on other things in my life. My health will be affected. It's not worth it. I'm more interested in dividend investing. I'm more interested in owning shares of the companies that have the intellectual property behind these tokens that they're creating than the actual tokens themselves. So there's a subtle difference there. People are saying, oh, this token will revolutionize the world. Yeah, but someone else can just create another one. It's about market size. It's about penetration. It's about actual businesses that are creating value. That's what interests me. So that's what I'm looking at now. And I want to look at generating a passive income stream. But it wasn't that crypto wasn't valuable. It wasn't that I didn't learn something from that process. It's just what you can take away from it. So, yeah, that's my crypto adventure. I still earn crypto now. I mine some Ethereum. I earn Odyssey and BAT tokens from viewers of the channel. And most of that, that goes into my pocket money that I generate every month, and I use it to buy shares. So every month I'll buy different shares in a variety, either US or Australian shares. I've been just chasing Australian stocks at the moment to generate passive dividend income. Because that's the thing, you know. I don't want this money I'm earning from this crypto to evaporate, because I've seen that happen. You know, you can 10x it, you can 100x it, and it can disappear really quick. What are your crypto stories, everyone? Let us know in the comments down below. What advice or suggestions would you give to people trying to learn in the crypto space? As always, thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. There are a few ways you can support us. You can join us on YouTube or Patreon. You can sign up for SelfWealth or Stake. SelfWealth is the CHESS-sponsored broker I use here in Australia to buy my shares. Stake is where you can buy partial shares over in the US. You can use Amazon, eBay, Independent Reserve, or Aussie Broadband. The affiliate links help us out. If you use Independent Reserve for your crypto trading, we get a share of the fee that they take off you anyway, so you might as well help Heiser Says. You can buy a merge from Heiser Says. Pocket Squares, you can see right there. Use Gold Pass from the Perth Mint or support us via PayPal. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.